everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Krista. I'm the creator behind Krista's Crochet. I like to share fun vlogs and projects, so grab your yarn and let's chat. Good morning everyone. Today is June 24th. It is currently 9:07 a.m. Got an early start today. I usually get an early start, but if you can hear the lawn people, I am so sorry. They're cutting the grass right now. Anyways, as of right now, I do not work today, tomorrow, or Thursday, so that is perfect timing to get a ton of crocheting done. And I just did my day 9 update for my star blanket, and you guys, I am really closing in on the end of this blanket. It is currently measuring 58 inches. It is huge. And this is all I have left of the skein, which is very exciting. And you guys know I finished a whole skein in one day. Maybe 2 rows were like taken off of it because I'd done them the night before, but other than that, I did that whole skein basically. So if I really lock in today, I can probably finish it, especially with how into Love Island I've been getting. I can kind of just go on autopilot and finish it, but there's always a chance I go into work, so keep that in mind, just in case I don't. I'm also doing a pattern test for Crochet by Jenna for her mini unicorn pattern. I picked out all my colors this morning. I'm gonna do white for the body, of course. And then I grabbed this, like, my hook is stuck on it. This golden color for the horn. And then all the details and frills are gonna be done in these colors. Except I might have to change this color because now I'm thinking it might be too little, but we will see. And then I have a ton of stuff on my to-do list today. So today I already picked the colors for my unicorn. I have to do my day 8 and day 9 voiceover for my star blanket. I already did my day 9 YouTube update. I really need to figure out where I'm at with this granny square challenge I'm trying to do. So I want to do that today. I definitely want to set up my Palm Street profile today because I've kind of been neglecting that, but I was super excited when I got accepted. So I want to make sure I actually do it and not just like sign up and never touch it. I know you can do purges on there, so I want to do a scrunchie purge. I fully expected my scrunchies to sell really well and they did not. So I'm going to put all my scrunchies on there and see what happens. I want to add 5 Palm Street listings. I have to edit this week's video. I have to organize and edit a bunch of footage that I have on my phone. As you guys saw in last video, I finished catching up on my book tracker project and I made short form content for every single book. But towards the end, I started messing up the videos with like putting them on there because I was like filming and then putting them on CapCut. And I wasn't paying attention, and sometimes on CapCut, it doesn't always reload the clips that you recently filmed. Like you'll have to scroll up, and I forgot about that, so I started putting on the wrong clips. But I got halfway through looking at them last night, so we're in pretty good shape. And that's all like my crochet related goals. And obviously I want to start my unicorn today. So anyways, I have my coffee. I'm gonna put on some Love Island and I'm going to go to town on this blanket and get it done. If you're ever curious how I make my coffee, since I show it in like every video, I usually get the caramel macchiato International Delight coffee, and then I'll sometimes put like caramel drizzle around it, and yeah, I really like caramel, so that is how I make my coffee. Anyways, I will probably talk to you guys later today. Hi friends, it is June 26th. I did not film yesterday. I ended up not being home alone yesterday because my dad was sick. I also did not pick up a shift at work yesterday, which is like totally fine. 8 days in a row would have been a lot, so it was super nice just to be able to relax and crochet all day yesterday. I do have exciting news. I finished my blanket. I will be going over like all the stats and stuff in a different video that will probably be coming out soon. Maybe even the same week this video comes out. We'll see. I'm honestly kind of sad it's done. My goal was to kind of like get it done as fast as possible, but I typically like long-term projects like this, so I have something mindless to work on in between plushies because I feel like I have to like really focus on plushies when I'm making them, because like every round is almost always different, and then sewing and stuff like that. This was like a good like leisurely activity. I also talked about my pattern test for Crochet by Jenna. I did get one back leg done. It is so cute and small. I guess you really can't see because the yarn is wrapped around it. But yeah, there she is. I haven't stuffed it yet, but I'm super excited to see how this is going to turn out. I'm hoping to make a lot more progress on it today, especially now that my blanket is done. I also have very exciting news. I got another sale on Etsy. I am so excited. I was like low-key losing my mind when I got this sale because my plushies very rarely sell on Etsy. And my pet rock sold. Shout out to Crochet by Jenna for this super cute pattern that she made that like absolutely blew up. I was actually at work when I saw that I got this sale, because whenever you make a sale on Etsy, the notification you get says cha-ching on it. And so all I saw was that on my watch, and I'm like, no way, what's sold? I actually thought someone bought my pattern because it had gone a like earlier in the day, but no, my pet rock sold. So I'm super excited to get that shipped off and for my pet rock to go to its forever home. I'm really thinking I should have made more rocks, but you know, totally fine. If and when I make more rocks, I'll definitely have to put some poly pellets in them. But yeah, that was so exciting. I'm so happy. I think Etsy is hopefully pushing my stuff more since I'm starting to make sales. I think like as of right now, I am at 12 sales on my Etsy. So very, very, very exciting. I also did make the decision to take the free shipping off my Etsy for my plushies. The only thing I'm now offering with free shipping are both of my customs listing, because I have two customs listing. One is just like a general customs form, and one is my loaf cat / loaf dog customs. So I've realized like I am just eating the cost too much, and I just can't do that anymore. Because it's like almost starting to cost me money to sell. So that is why I made that decision. It might hurt my sales for now, but we will see what happens, because like now I'm getting on Palm Street and stuff like that. So besides working on my unicorn, I am hoping to take inventory. I have my entire bag of inventory out here. I am also going to be taking new pictures of my scrunchies to put on Palm Street so I can do a scrunchie purge. So that is what's going on right now. Of course, I still need to edit a lot of videos, short form and long form. I'm working on getting all my short form content edited and scheduled for my blanket. Since my blanket is now done, we can kind of close that chapter on like all my reels and stuff. I absolutely love this blanket. It is so soft. My dad like immediately had me hold it up and take a picture of me with it. I'll insert the picture here. It was super cute. I also need to figure out where I am with my granny squares, because I would really like to wrap that up soon. I've also made short form content for my book tracker project, so I have to go through and edit all of those. I think what I'm going to do for them is I'll put the name of the book and how many stars I gave it, and then it'll just be like that, and then the video of me like putting the flower on the garland. Once you watch one of the videos, you'll understand. I think I was trying too hard with the original videos I was doing for it. I forget all that I was trying to include, but I was like trying to do a cute transition like between the book and then showing the colors I chose for it on my bookworm that I made. Like that didn't work very well because I don't always read physical books. I usually read between like physical books, my Kindle, audiobooks, my iPad. So that was just like too much. I think also on the original videos I made, I put like the book title, the amount of stars I gave it, what I read it on, and probably some other things. I don't really remember. I think I'm going to keep it short and simple. I'm going to do the book title, how many stars I gave it, and then of course the video. As of right now, I do not work today. If I don't pick up a shift today, I won't be too upset. I do work tomorrow, so. Anyways, I have a lot to do today. and just a lot of stuff I want to do in general that is not on my to-do list for today. So I'm going to get working on that, and I will check back in with you guys later. Good morning, everyone. Today is June 27th. I'm about to leave for work. Like, I'm running a little bit late because I didn't get up till 8:30, but it is time to package up my rock to go to its forever home. I'm so excited that he finally got bought. I actually think I vlogged making him, or I was like already doing my vlogs when I made him. I'm not really sure, or it might have been like right before. And all my Etsy orders include my business cards, my care instructions, and a thank you card, and I always write a little note on this. Then I usually pick out a couple stickers to give them. I'm hoping to use up all my poly mailers like ASAP, so I can like finally switch to boxes for at least most things. So I think plushies are going to be better shipped in boxes. I probably should have put the shipping label on first, thinking about it now. But then if I get to the point where I'm doing like more scrunchies and bags and stuff like that, then I don't think I really need to worry about boxes for those. So she is all packaged. So excited. Hopefully gonna drop this off after work today. It is 9:07. I need to leave at 9:20, so I may or may not talk to you guys later today. Good morning, everyone. Today is June 28th, and I have not made that much progress on my unicorn like I was supposed to. I have finished the 2 back legs, and look how cute they are. I really did not want to use acrylic yarn for this project, but it's like kind of all I had. And I'm still like trying to not buy yarn and use up what I have. Personally, I don't think having a big yarn stash is bad. However, I have a lot of yarn that was just like kind of given to me. I inherited after a family member passed away. And then just like yarn I randomly bought because I had a thing when I was in high school just to buy a bunch of the Red Heart acrylic yarn. And Red Heart really isn't that bad of yarn, but I just have so much of it, but I have a lot of random. So ends up not being like enough for a project. So I kind of just like want to use up my yarn stash so I could start fresh and restash. So that's kind of like what's going on with that and why I'm using acrylic instead of going and getting some Posh from Michael's. But I believe my friend and we are planning to go to Michael's today, and I have a 50% off coupon. I'm sure a lot of people probably got the text message saying that like if you signed up for Michael's text, then you'd get a 50% off coupon. So I think I'm going to use that on a box of polyfill. Even though I just bought a bag of polyfill, it's totally fine. And then depending on where we go, I might stop at Ollie's on my way home because Ollie's usually has like $5 yarn. And I would love to get some $5 Bernat blanket yarn to finish those turtles that I have and finally get those done and over with. I do not work today, and I don't have any intentions of picking up a shift today because supposedly they're doing this try-on event and it's going to be super packed, and I really don't want to work for that. I also finally bought like my first 2 items with my employee discount. I got this shirt. It is from the Summer I Turned Pretty. If you don't like the Summer I Turned Pretty, I don't want to hear it. I love it. I also probably just made it obvious where I work if you recognize this shirt, but totally fine. I've still been watching Love Island, and I'm honestly starting to not like it anymore. Like, I understand voting each other off is part of it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if the point of the show is to make a genuine connection with someone, but then you vote somebody off who had a genuine connection, it doesn't make sense to me now. And I'm still behind, but I just watched the episode where America voted who the new bombshells were going to be coupled up with. And I understand it from the perspective that we see more than what they see. Some of the people who've already been voted off and they've been like interviewed and on podcasts and stuff, saying how a lot of their genuine connections with their couples have not been shown on TV. It's like we're only seeing the messy parts, which totally makes sense for reality TV, don't get me wrong. It's honestly just kind of sad in my opinion, but that is the point of the show, I guess. I'm still going to finish this season, don't get me wrong. I am like invested. If I watch it next year or continue to watch previous seasons, I don't know. Because I still might watch the UK version. So I'm honestly interested in that one too, since I started it accidentally. But anyways, crochet wise, what is going on other than the unicorn? I've been promising my dad that I would make him a dragon for months now, and I haven't. So I think it is finally time for me to do that. I think he wants a black and purple dragon. I'll have to confirm. I would like to do that soon. I also have the Harley Davidson tapestry to do because I am determined to do that. And then still just like thinking ahead content wise, I thought of this new series idea because I have this bag of miscellaneous yarn in my room, and I thought it'd be a good idea to maybe do like a series of where I pull one random skein of yarn out of the bag and use it all up just to like finally get rid of it. I also scheduled my first purge on Palm Street, and it is about to go live in about an hour and a half. I didn't really advertise it well. I don't know if it's going to do well. I honestly don't have high hopes to sell anything, but I just did like a purge of all my scrunchies because I want them gone. Because there's something I thought would sell really well and they don't. Maybe if I had more of a following, they probably would, but we are not at that point yet because I honestly loved making scrunchies. I think like over spring break last year, I think I made like 60 scrunchies that week. And one of the days I made like 37 or something crazy like that in one day, which was like absolutely insane. I did ship my rock yesterday. I went to a different post office than I had previously gone to because this post office was like in a Hallmark. We've driven by it before and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that's like legit. Because like obviously there were signs and stuff on the door, but like I just couldn't picture a USPS inside a Hallmark. And I walked in and sure enough, it's like a full counter. Honestly, it's pretty similar to like my college one, like small but like fully functional. And they were super sweet there. It was super quick. Way better than going to the standalone USPS here. And this one is probably about like a 2-minute drive from my house, whereas all our other ones are like 10 minutes away. That's really not a big deal with them being 10 minutes away because I have 2 of them on my drive home from work. But because I'm like usually closing, they're also closed. And I know like they all have like the package drop off. That's open 24/7, but you cannot pay me to go into a USPS down here alone at night. And the thing is, they're on the other side of the road, and I'm always like driving to work during rush hour. So it's just like almost not worth like trying to do it before work. Because last time I was at USPS, like a real one, I was there for like 30 minutes, which is insane. Maybe not 30 minutes, that's probably dramatic, but I was there for quite a bit. But at this one in Hallmark, I was there for like 2 minutes. I was in and out. When I do go to Michael's today, I'm not necessarily going to stop myself from getting anything, but the only thing I really want is like the Posh Pearl and I think it's a Cozy Cub. That's the only thing like I'm really like wanting. And then of course like getting my discounted polyfill, of course. I don't think I really have much else to talk about right now, so I will talk to you guys later, hopefully with a better update on my unicorn and maybe a little haul from Michael's. Hey everyone. So remember last clip where I said I was not going to pick up a shift at work? I lied. I picked up a shift. So I am working 5 to 10 tonight. So hopefully this whole like try-on thing will be over. But I just met my friend at Michael's. And she said it didn't really seem advertised at the try-on thing. It was just naturally super packed at work, which is great. But I made some progress on my unicorn. All the legs are done, the horn is done, and the frills are done. And it's due tomorrow, so I really need to finish it tonight. But I figured I would show you guys my Michael's haul. I'm also filming on my front camera, so it is probably flipped. So, yeah. So you guys know I've been wanting to make some flowers. And my friend said she usually will get like normal stems or normal flowers and cut the stems off of them and cut the flowers off. So I'm like, oh, good idea. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to save the flowers too to do something with. Don't worry, they will not get wasted. And then in addition to that, I got some floral wire, which is something I've been meaning to get for this. I got an embroidery kit, like I said I was going to get. Super cute. You actually only like do the trees, as you can tell by the colors you get. And then these little collapsible things. There's somebody pulling in and probably seeing me talk to the camera right now. This is really embarrassing. I got these collapsible storage boxes. Anyways, I am super early to work now. It is like 4:30 and my shift starts at 5. Great. Anyways, I'm probably just gonna go walk around the mall for fun because I am bored. But I'll talk to you guys later or tomorrow. We'll see. Hello everybody. Today is July 2nd. It's been a couple days since I filmed. I think the last thing I filmed was in my car and I was probably wearing the same sweatshirt. I promise it's clean. It's been quite a few days since that clip. I'm also trying to convince Bella to come sit with me when I film videos because I think it'd be very cute. So if you see her, I have a treat for her. And that is why she's being all needy right now. She's actually pretty well trained. I've only taught her a couple tricks on my own, but I'm pretty proud of it. Sit pretty. She cheated a little bit and grabbed my hand. But anyways, she loves treats. She's a little spoiled, but we love her. I finished my unicorn. Look how cute she is. Even Bella likes her. I do not like making plushies in acrylic yarn anymore. I hate it more than anything. I think my tension just ends up being too loose. And I think part of the issue is I always use a 5mm hook to do my plushies. So I think for like acrylic plushies, I just need to go down a hook size. And even though while I was making this, I was like, I'm never going to make another acrylic plushie. I'm going to be making another acrylic plushie. I think I mentioned in a previous clip in this video that my dad has been wanting a dragon for his motorcycle. And he wanted it black and purple because that is his and my stepmom's favorite colors. So I will be doing that today. I have made a dragon before all in one day with acrylic yarn and it took me 3.5 hours. So I think I could probably finish it today if I work really hard. As of right now, I do not work today or tomorrow. Obviously, that can and probably will change. maybe, because I worked 5 days in a row. So this could be my weekend. Because the last time I worked 7 days in a row, that was pretty hard, not gonna lie. Even though I'm trying to get a second job and will probably be working every single day. Funny enough, somebody just put a shift in the group chat for tomorrow. May or may not take that. We will see. He's so cute. She's also been really needy today because she does not like thunder. That's something new we learned. Because at first she didn't really have an issue with it, but then she started having issues with it. Yeah, that is what's next on my project list. Other things I'm hoping to accomplish. I want to make like one big video of all the TikToks I made of my blanket. I'm also working on editing all the videos for my book tracker project. I've actually been doing it at work, like on my breaks and stuff. I did get caught up on uploading all the videos from my phone to my laptop and putting them in their respective video, but I got behind again. So I pulled my laptop out so that while I'm working on the dragon, I can like start uploading all the clips. You dropped it. And get those sorted. Hopefully between today and tomorrow, I can get caught up on Love Island. I have seen like everybody who got voted off and all of that stuff on TikTok and stuff, so. But there's just some like other parts I probably have not seen yet. Of course, I have my Harry Styles coffee. This band has given us radio silence for so long now. But then he's been on all these random side quests. I don't know how many of you follow Harry Styles or love him the way I love him. But like he ran the Tokyo Marathon a few months ago maybe. I think he was at the Pope inauguration. And then he was seen at a bar making out with someone. Which is honestly just so funny to me. Like, I've never been one of those fans to get like very upset over watching him kiss someone. I low-key get the ick watching him kiss people. Like, I love him, but like the way he kisses people is so gross. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. It's just like, I need to tell someone. I need to go get started with everything I talked about. Bella is barking at me right now. I don't know why. But hopefully, when I talk to you guys later, my dragon will be done. Hey everyone, today is July 7th. It has been quite a few days since I last filmed. I just haven't had time. I haven't been home alone. Stuff like that. But I did finish my dragon. Look how cute it is. My dad absolutely loves it. I ended up sewing his wings down. If you've seen or made this pattern before, you know the wings are like meant to be like kind of like floppy. But super happy with the size. I originally thought that my dad was going to like strap it onto his motorcycle, but he said he more so just wants to take it places and take pictures with it, or take pictures of it in places. But I'll be sure to update you guys when he or she has a name. I'm not really sure what my next project is going to be, other than I just signed up for another pattern test for Crochet by Jenna. I might pull out the Harley Davidson tapestry and try working on that again. Tapestry crochet is just something I haven't really done much before, so I'm still learning how to do that. I also have some new video series ideas that I'm probably going to start working on soon. I'm probably going to start pulling out the rest of my longer term projects to get done before September. So some exciting news. I had my first video like really blow up. It is the video of me, I'll insert it here. It's like my daily transition of me like rolling out my blanket. As of right now, I posted it 1 week ago. It is at like 60,000 views, which is like actually crazy. Like my most viewed video before that was 16,000, and I did have one Threads post get 30,000 views, but like getting that many views on a Thread post versus a video of me is crazy. is not the same. So it was just absolutely crazy. And the video is still like getting bigger because I remember it kind of like plateaued at like 22,000 views. And I was very excited over that. I've never had a video get even above 20,000 views. And then it just kept growing and growing and growing. And like whenever I'd look at it in the morning or look at it after a shift at work, it had just gone so many more views. And it's also at like over 1,000 likes, which is like insane. I am so happy and grateful for all the support. I am actually cat sitting right now, so I need to go over and take care of the kitties. I've also decided to move my vlogs to Sundays, and then my non-vlog videos will be on Wednesdays. And I did not post my vlog yesterday because today's Monday, and I really want to get my blanket video up Wednesday. So I think I'm going to go take care of the cats, come back here, maybe get my video uploaded for today. Then I need to edit my video going out on Wednesday. Hopefully, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with something new crocheted. Good morning, everybody. Today is July 8th. I am going to be starting that pattern test today, but I wanted to talk about something first before I get into that. I addressed this yesterday when I filmed, but I realized it was just like way too long and way too choppy, and I don't want to edit that, and I'm going to condense it down a lot. Basically what I want to talk about is I got my first like real hate comment, and to be clear, I'm not like letting it bother me, but I would be lying if I said it was 100% not bothering me at all, because truthfully it's more frustrating than hurtful. Basically, the comment was something like, you should be going to the gym instead of sitting on the couch crocheting. I know the comment was kind of a jab at what I look like, but I feel like the thing that like is really getting to me is like, this person has no idea what has been going on in my life. And then in no way am I like trying to defend or explain myself to you guys, because I know you guys would never leave comments on my videos like that. But I think that shows like you never know truly what's going on in somebody's life. Like, does that person know that I just had surgery and was recovering around the time I was making the blanket? No. You cannot look at me and assume that I am recovering from surgery. And yes, I was going back to work during this time, but I was making the conscious choice to not do much while I was home, since working in retail causes me to be on my feet all the time, bending down, lifting heavy boxes. So I was just trying to be like stationary when I was home. But of course that person also doesn't know that even though if I'm not going to the actual gym, I'm still getting a good workout in every time I go to work. And like the even funnier thing is, I have been going to the gym for the past 5 years. And I was literally about to get a gym membership too, because I told myself I can finally go sign up for one when I got my first full paycheck from work. And I think that was like a good like goal or reward or whatever, because I had been using my college's gym before that, and I didn't start working out till my senior year of high school. And so I was going to Planet Fitness, where it's super cheap there. The reason why I'm talking about all of those things in general is I fully believe, as Harry Styles would say it, we need to treat people with kindness. But anyways, let's get into my pattern test. I am crocheting a horse. It is Crochet by Jenna's new standing horse pattern. And I think I'm going to do a white horse. I don't know anything about horses, but I think there's a name for them. She has like a little fluffy part on it too. So I will be using this yarn for that. And then I think I'm going to do the mane and tail in black. And then I'm going to do the hooves. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hooves. I think I might be pronouncing it right. I don't know. I'm doing it in this color anyways. So yeah. Will I finish it today? Maybe, maybe not. I'm pretty limited on that white yarn, so I'm a little bit worried. So I don't know what size hook I'm going to use. I was going to do a 6.5, but I grabbed my 6, and I think I can make it work. So hopefully next time I talk to you guys, I will have made progress on my horse. So I think it's a little less than an hour later than the last time I talked to you guys, but I finished a leg number 1. No, it did not take me an hour, to be clear. Well, I frogged it a couple times because I was just having issues with the fluffies. But yeah, leg number 1 done. Super cute. I am watching Love Island. I considered not watching Love Island anymore because I think I've mentioned this before. I understand being eliminated is part of it, but it's hard seeing people who had genuine connections who could make it to the end together get voted off. Like, I feel like the true point of the show is to find a genuine connection, but it's so hard when like the person you get a genuine connection with gets voted off beyond your control. If they didn't do that, I guess it wouldn't make for good TV, but I am still behind. I have not been able to catch up, but I already know what has happened, who's been voted off. I have an idea of who the couples are. Thank you to TikTok for spoiling it, but it's totally fine. This may be an unpopular opinion, and I'm debating even sharing this, but I really like Austin. And I already know he's voted off, but his like stories and posts have been hilarious. And before I get any comments about Austin's political opinions or anything like that, I did not read into any of that stuff. I did not look at that stuff. I'm going based off of seeing him on the show and seeing his funny TikToks and Instagram stories. Because truthfully, there's no chance I'll ever even meet him, even if he does live in Florida, but I'll check back in with you guys when I have all 4 legs done. I finished all 4 legs. I am genuinely questioning my color choices. I do not like this color for their feet. It's too late now, but yeah. And then Jenna like included this like fluffy part between like their feet and then their leg. And I don't know if just making it like white on white was a good idea. So I'm not gonna change it. I have committed. I know a lot of times like once you finish it, it's kind of like a trust process, so it's okay. This took me, all 4 legs took me about 2 hours to do, which is like crazy. I timed myself doing this last leg and it only took me 24 minutes. Whereas I think the second one took me around 35 minutes. I'm not really sure exactly. But yeah. Currently 1 in the afternoon. It is time for me to eat some lunch. And then I'm going to keep trucking through this pattern. I don't think I'll finish it today, especially if I run out of white yarn, which might happen. So if I do run out of white yarn today and want to continue crocheting, I can start working on the frills. So I'm starting to get back into Love Island too, so super into it. But I think I have a lot of YouTube to catch up on too, so we'll see what I continue watching the rest of the day. I also have some computer work to do, crochet-wise. I have a lot to edit, and I am like behind on posting videos, and so we need to work on that today. And I also have a bag of yarn that was kind of like my miscellaneous yarn that didn't make it on my bookshelf. I was going to wind some of it, but I just decided I'm not going to do that. I am just going to use it and get rid of it because like I'm done with it, honestly. I never fully put myself on a yarn buying ban, but I wanted to work through the yarn that I didn't regularly use and restash yarn that I did use because I really like the Big Twist Posh and the Big Twist Plush. But rip Joann's. However, Michaels did bring back Posh, I was reading into it, and because I thought it was really weird that Michaels acquired the leftover Posh yarn and relabeled it that quickly. And especially the colors were not the same as the original Posh colors. I believe the email that Michael sent out said that Loops and Threads Posh Pearl was made in the same mill or factory as Big Twist Posh. Basically saying it's the same exact thing. And so I'm sure they are working on bringing those Posh colors back. But I think the way Michaels like originally worded it was that like they took the Big Twist label off and put the Loops and Thread label on, but I don't think that's the case. Where I'm going with that, I have like a handful of Big Twist Posh colors left, and of what I have left, they're not full skeins. None of them are full skeins. Well, my plan is to use up that Posh yarn that I have left, because even if Michaels comes out with the colors that Joann's had, it's probably not going to be the same dye lot. I can guarantee you it's not going to be the same dye lot. And I don't want to like start projects and rely on Michaels potentially getting the color. So I plan to use up all my Posh, and I want to do some beta fish. I want to do a rainbow of beta fish. I want to do some axolotls, I think, and maybe a triceratops. Specifically all of Crochet by Jenna's patterns, because she has her axolotl pattern that I think is so cute and it's stackable. Same with the triceratops. I'm going to be doing her first triceratops pattern, the smaller one. Is that going to be a today project? Definitely not. Maybe this week, maybe this video. I'm going to go eat lunch, and then I'm going to get started on the body. Okay guys, it's about 2 hours after I finished all the legs. I got my lunch, and I made the entire body, which I did not expect I was going to be able to do. Look how cute she's looking. Oh my gosh. She is coming out much smaller than I expected, so I definitely could have used my 6.5mm hook, but totally fine. I think it's going to be the perfect size. And I have more than enough yarn to complete this project. I am so relieved, honestly. I had like 3 random scrap balls of white yarn, so I've made it through one. I will most likely make it through the second, I think, hopefully, but I don't think I'm going to touch the biggest one. We'll see. So, very happy with how she's turning out. I think the hoof color is fine, and I think the fuzzies are fine, especially like once I get the head on and stuff. So all I have left to do is the neck, the ears, the head, and then all the frills. There's a ton of frills I need to make. If you would have asked me this morning, are you going to finish this today, I would have been like, absolutely not. Now, it's going to be 50-50. It is now too late for me to be called into work last minute. So I definitely have the rest of the night to crochet. We'll just see if I actually get it done. I think the reason why I expected this to come out so much bigger, this is very similar to the cow pattern Crochet by Jenna did. And I tested it, and if I can find a picture, I'll insert it here. It came out massive. Like, it was huge. And I used a 6.5mm hook and Bernat blanket. And yeah, that one I actually did finish it all in one day too. I'll have to go back and look at the cow pattern now and see how much bigger it compares, because I feel like he came out huge. But this is coming out more of the size of the mini cow that I tested for her. But the mini cow I did Big Twist Posh, and that is a size 5 yarn, while this is a 6. I'm going to take a break from working on this for now. My hand is starting to cramp and my back kind of hurts. What I might do for the next couple hours is clean up my crochet corner in my room. I know you guys are thinking, oh, Krista, your room is always messy. My friend Emma, who watches my videos, she knows my room is perpetually messy. In my mind, I am a neat freak, but like actually far from it. I would like to use my surgery as an excuse as to why my room is not clean, but it's been about a month since my surgery. If I can go to work and lift heavy boxes and be on my feet for 5 hours, I can clean my room. I feel like the last apartment I lived in, that was probably the cleanest I've ever had my room. And I think that's just because I had the space for all my stuff. I had brought all my stuff to South Carolina because originally I thought I was going to be staying there or moving very close by, but that wasn't the case. But like there, like I was in a 2-bedroom apartment and I did have a roommate, but like all my kitchen stuff could go in the kitchen. I had a walk-in closet. I had a pretty big bookshelf in my room. So I had room for everything. And like now I really don't have room for that stuff. So trying to make it work until I move again. I would also like to paint my nails today, but that might not get done until tomorrow. If I work on my horse tonight and make progress, I will make sure to film tonight. If not, I will try really hard to finish my horse before I go to work tomorrow. Hello everyone, today is July 9th. A lot has happened since I last talked to you guys. Nothing bad. I'll get to my horse in a second, but we ended up going to dinner last minute with my stepbrother and his family, and we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I absolutely love Buffalo Wild Wings, so I was very happy about that. I did bring some crochet with me, and I did all the frills for the horse. Yes, I brought crochet into a restaurant with me. Usually like whenever we go to dinner with my stepbrother and his family, it's like I am too young to be involved in the like real adult conversation, and my nephew is so much younger than me. He's not interested in anything but the phone. So I just kind of like sit there and I get bored on my phone. So yeah, I crocheted. I crocheted a little bit more when I got home last night, but I was pretty tired. And then so far today, it has been a crazy day, and it's only 2 p.m. I woke up early to go over and take care of the cats today. And my friend lives in a gated community. Well, pretty much every community in Florida is gated. But the line was like backed out so far, I couldn't even turn into her community. So I literally made a U-turn and I went and got breakfast at Wawa because I didn't know what else to do. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna try again. And thankfully, like nobody was in line. So I was able to get in. But on my way there, I was thinking, I've been wanting to get a library card down here because there's 2 different cards I can get. I can get the county one, and then the city I live in has its own like separate library that's not a part of the county system. And when I was driving home from her house the other day, I saw one of the county libraries, but I wasn't sure if it was our closest branch or not, but even though it doesn't really matter because like it was like this when I lived in South Carolina too. When you were a part of like the county library system, you could check books out at any library in the system and return it at a different one than you checked it out from. But I was just gonna go to this one in particular because it was closest to my house, and sure enough, the one I was passing every day was the closest to my house. And it's crazy, I've been to my friend's house so many times, I never even noticed it was there until like 2 days ago. So I kind of hung around her house for like an hour, just like taking care of the cats and stuff. And then when the library opened, I went there and I finally got a library card. And you know, I have a ton of books already. I have a ton of books saved on my Kindle. I have a ton of books on hold on Libby, and then I have like my entire physical collection of books. So I definitely did not check out any books today. Obviously, I am lying. They really get you with the recommendations display. Summer in the City by Alex Astor has been on my list for a very long time. I just finished like Light Lark by her. So I'm super excited to read this. And then this one, Out of the Woods, I saw this quite a few times on TikTok. I'm like, I think I need to read this. And then this one they had displayed in their romance section. It's called Puck and Prejudice. I have a friend who's super into hockey romances. And if you're in the book talk community, if you know, you know. Romance books, hockey romance books. So I'm very excited to read all of those. And this library system in particular offers a lot as well, so I'm super excited about that. They even have an app for the actual library, which my last one didn't have. We had to go on the website, which is not user friendly on mobile. And then there's also a language learning app. Fun fact, I've always wanted to be bilingual. I know I've talked about before that I was like trying to learn a bunch of different languages on Duolingo. Obviously, I'm not really learning anything. I think I learned more from like watching TV, but I downloaded like the language app just to see, and it actually offers sign language. And I was trying to take a sign language class last year, but I never finished it before it expired. So I might try to pick up sign language again. We'll see. It's like one of those things, like I don't necessarily have a reason to learn it, but I think it would just be really cool to know. And who knows, you never know if I would need it. So then after that, I have been on Rover for like 3 or 4 years now, and I've not done a single booking. If you don't know what Rover is, it's a pet sitting app. You can do like, the services include like dog walking, dog sitting, boarding them in your own home, drop-in visits. You get the idea. I actually got it when I was still living in South Carolina, and it felt like every single booking I was getting just seemed so like sketchy or like really just out there. Because when I lived in South Carolina, it wasn't that safe of a spot. If you've been to Myrtle Beach, you would totally understand. But I remember like I would get these bookings, and like there was one in particular, they had 2 dogs. So they were only getting like the 2-dog rate for what I charged. But then they were like, we also have 2 cats and 2 elderly bunnies or ferrets or something like that, which was just insane. Like, and I had my rates fairly low just to get bookings. So that was like not really working in South Carolina. But since coming to Florida, I moved my Rover to Florida. And I've gotten a few like requests, but like when the requests I did get, I think some of them were sketchy and some of them were when I was still recovering from surgery and just never updated it. But I had one. I got it last night, and I do like day before, same day booking since I'm super flexible. I got this one, and it was for a miniature American Eskimo, just like what we have. And I'm like, I think I need to take this. I need to do it. I need to get something on like my Rover profile, and this just seems perfect. And I get sketched out really easily, but I kept talking to this person, and I went and did the booking today, and it went so good. The dog was so sweet. I am like just super happy with it. I'm so happy that I went through with it. But yeah, that's been my exciting 12 hours. So what y'all care for is my horse. I think last I showed you guys, we are all tangled up, is the body. And then I think, actually thinking about it now, I do not think all the frills are made. So I have like all of these frills that I need to sort. I think this is like the tiny front one. I think it's like 14 or 15 frills I need total. So I have quite a few done, honestly. But yeah, that is my current update. So I am probably going to finish making the frills, and then I will do the neck, ears, and head and sew him all together. I have to leave for work in about an hour, and I honestly have no idea if I'm going to be able to finish it before work. I know I can finish the frills and the ears. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the head because I also have to do my hair and get ready for work. But we will see how much I can get done. Honestly, I probably will not film after work today because I am already tired and I haven't even left for work yet. So hopefully when I talk to you guys tomorrow, I will have a pretty good update on this. Hi everyone, today is July 10th and I finished her. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. She's definitely in the top 10 things I've ever made. I have no words, honestly. I've mentioned in previous videos I was like losing my motivation to crochet, and even though my motivation to crochet came back, the enjoyment wasn't always there, honestly. And my dad always tells me that I'm my own worst critic, but honestly, making plushies with acrylic yarn is just not my favorite. I don't get that same like rush after finishing a project that's like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, I'm obsessed, just like I did with her. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for acrylic plushies and just like anything with acrylic yarn in general, but it's just not my favorite. This is my favorite. She does need to be lint rolled, but that'll be a later issue. I am absolutely obsessed with this pattern by Jenna. By the time this video comes out, this pattern would have been released for a couple weeks. My videos are like a month behind right now, but she has so many cute features, like the fuzzies above the hooves. I still feel like I'm saying that word wrong. She has like little bangs in the front, which is super cute. It's really nice because you crochet the 4 legs into the body, which I really enjoy. In my opinion, there really wasn't a crazy amount of sewing overall, other than like the mane and the tail and the bangs. I think there was like 14 frills that you had to make, and you obviously had to sew them in. But other than that, the only thing you really had to sew was the head to the body and the ears to the head. And honestly, I think sewing in the frills is super easy. It's like, yes, placement matters, but at the same time it almost doesn't. But yeah, overall very obsessed. I was gonna crochet one more thing for this video, but I think I am going to postpone that for next video. I'm going to be making the next flower for my book tracker project, but I have some other things I would like to go and do right now. I am like very behind on literally everything right now. I haven't posted a video in a month, but after this point, I'm not going to have any more weeks without videos, especially because I am ahead now. I have a couple videos that'll hopefully be going up that are not vlogs. So far, I have 2 hours of footage for this video, which is actually insane. That is going to take me a very long time to edit, and I know 2 hours probably seems insane to you guys, but trust me, I have a lot of moments where I just sit here in silence because I need to think about what I'm going to say and how I'm going to word it. So I am just like thinking and thinking and thinking, and then it's like, oh, 5 minutes have passed and I filmed it all. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Comment down below your favorite part of this video. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!